the library, to a library of merit. That is, and then at the time he was reading from the library John Lubbock's volumes of John Lubbock. Many volumes are there. So every day Swami Akhandanandji, his brother disciple, would bring one volume, and Swamiji next day will send that volume back. Again second day another volume will come, then third day he will send the back volume. After few days the library got furious. He said, what is this? If your brother disciple doesn't want to read the books, then why does he give you trouble and give me also trouble? Every day you are coming and changing and changing. If he doesn't want to read, why does he give this trouble? Then this was reported to Swamiji. So Swamiji himself came to the librarian. He said, what do you think? I am returning the book without reading? Then the librarian said, what do you mean to say? You are returning the book after reading within a page, within a day, such a big volume? Yes, I read. What? I don't believe. Then Swamiji, okay, so many volumes already I have written. You ask any question that you want to ask. And the librarian asked many questions, and Swamiji replied all the questions. And the librarian got very much astonished. He said, it is miracle. Swamiji said, this is not miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. Swamiji was sitting in his room, Ramakrishna Mutt and Mission. We have 163 branches, I told you yesterday. Our headquarters in Belumat, near Ganges, near Kolkata, by the side of the Ganges. That room of Swamiji has still been kept as it is. If you go today to Belumat, you will find Swamiji sitting there. His table, his chair, his turban, his stick, everything as it is, as if Swamiji is sitting there, you will feel. So in that room Swamiji was sitting. This is just some time before he left his body. He passed away on 4th July 1902. Some time before this, an incident happened. His disciple Sharat Chakravarti came. He saw Swamiji at that time was reading Encyclopedia Britannica, big volumes, Britannica. Then the disciple said, Sharat Chakravarti, Swamiji, it will take whole lifetime to finish all these volumes. Swamiji says, what do you say? I have already finished these 10 volumes and now I am reading the 11th volume. Huh? Only a few days these books have come and you have finished 10 volumes. I don't believe. You don't believe? Okay. From this first 10 volumes, you ask any question that you want. And the disciple asked so many questions and Swamiji gave replies to all the questions, sometimes quoting the language of the book. Then the disciple became astonished. Swamiji, this is miracle. Swamiji said, this is not miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. When Swamiji was in Khetri Maharaja, Ajit Singh Ji became his disciple. One day after the lunch, he was just relaxing and he was by the side of Swamiji and Swamiji was turning the pages of the book. Turning the pages of the book, kept one book. Another book he took and turning the pages again too. Like that he is doing. Then Khetri Maharaja got curious. Swamiji, when you will start reading, I am saying you are only turning the pages. Why? Before you I finished these 3 books. What? I myself saw you are turning the pages. You say finish book. Yes, you ask any question. And the Maharaj asked many questions. Swamiji replied, what is this? Miracle. He said, this is not a miracle. This is power of concentration of mind. Our mind has got infinite power, but we are not able to tap it. There are, in our subconscious mind, the conscious mind is only 1/10. 9/10, according to psychologists also, 90% of mental force is untapped. It is there in subconscious mind. The more we tap, the more the power comes out. So, then Khetri Maharaj said, how is it possible? Then he said, you see, when a child starts learning, how does he learn? A, B, C, D. Then he writes C, A, T. Like that he reads. Then R, A, T. But when he grows a little older, what does he do? Rat, cat, mat. He starts reading words. And then he further becomes elderly. Then he starts reading the whole sentence. Similarly says, if you further develop that power, you read the whole page. Like Xerox. Whole page. Photographic memory, Swamiji. And he remembered also. He remembered everything. He could recount the whole thing. When he went to America, he started reciting from Pickwick Papers. Somerset Maugham Pickwick Papers. He used to read all types of books. And they were amazed. How many times you read? I said, only twice. But my mother used to read only once. She had to read only once. My mother, she had to read only once. I have to read twice for remembering everything. Swamiji said, tremendous power. How? Concentration of mind. So concentration will give you success in everything, in studies, games, sports, music, everything. Bismillah Khan, unfortunately passed away recently, was interviewed by Doordarshan. What was the secret of his success? He said, from my childhood, I used to take a Shahnai and with full concentration, I used to do riyaz, practicing Shahnai. And all the family members, they were saying, what, whole day you are doing pa, pa, pa. But afterwards, for listening to his pa, pa, he used to get millions, thousands of dollars one night in America. But he had to do with full concentration, lot of riyaz, lot of practice. Practice makes a man perfect. Concentration makes a man perfect. So with full concentration, musician, games, you know, when Australian team came here, at that time the wicket keeper was Taylor. I'm talking about few years back when Taylor was the wicket keeper. So Times of India interviewed Taylor. Taylor said, you know, when Sachin Tendulkar was batting and the fast bowlers were operating, I was standing at a long distance. But when the spinners came into play, they started bowling, I came very near the stumps. I stood very near. Why? If Tendulkar goes forward and misses a ball, I will stump him out. So I was standing very near the stumps. Then I found after every ball, Sachin Tendulkar is taking his guard, and as the bowler goes to his crease, Sachin Tendulkar is telling himself, Sachin, please concentrate. Sachin, please concentrate. He is telling himself, but wicketkeeper is able to listen because he is at a very short distance. Sachin, please concentrate. That is his full concentration. Any small loose ball, just like this 6. Just like this 4. Why? He knows when they lose ball. Why? Concentration. If you want to become a batsman, bowler, if you are a fielder, concentration broken, catch gone. And catches win matches. If you take a good catch, you will win the match. If you floor the catch, match gone. Catches win matches. How a fielder misses a catch? Concentration. If full concentration, he will not miss a catch. If full concentration, he will not get clean bowled. If full concentration, he will get success. Everything. Play, music, everything. So Swamiji had tremendous power of concentration. That is why everywhere, every time, he was successful. When Swami Vivekananda went second time to America, 1893 to 1897, that was his first visit to the Western countries. Second time again he went 1899. That time he was passing through a bridge, crossing a river. He saw 4 cowboys taking a gun in their hand and trying to shoot at the eggshells that were floating in water. Eggshells, they were floating in water. Now, the eggshells were going up and down and their shots were going in vain. So Swamiji stood for some time and then he could not help smiling. And when these cowboys, they saw Swamiji smiling at them, they were very furious. What? You are laughing at us? Is it a small thing? Okay, we give you the challenge. Let us see how do you shoot at them. And they handed over the gun to Swamiji. So what to do? Swamiji took up the gun, aimed at the eggshells, fut, 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 fut. 12 eggshells gone in 12 shots. And all the cowboys became very much astonished. Swami, how long you are practicing? We are practicing from 5 years. We could not do it. How long you are practicing? Swamiji told, my dear friends, I am holding the gun for the first time. Huh? First time. And you did like this. Miracle. Swamiji said, this is not miracle. That is the power of concentration of mind. If your concentration of mind, impossible becomes possible. Then, this, how to develop this concentration of mind? That is the $1 million question. So, Swamiji gave the secret of how to develop concentration. I am giving a small formula based on that. C is directly proportional to P. That means if P goes up, P increases, C increases. If P goes down, C also goes down. Where C is equal to concentration of mind and P is equal to purity of mind. So Swamiji said, purer the mind, the greater will be the concentration of mind. Purer the mind, the greater is the concentration of mind. Now another question comes up, how to get purity of mind. Another formula, aha shuddhau sattva shuddhau dhruva smriti. If our intake is pure, our mind will be pure. If our mind is pure, we will have unfailing memory. So our intake has to be pure. Our intake has to be good. Our intake should be such that it does not excite our brain. Non-exciting food we should take through our mouth. And how much we should take? Neither more nor less. Moderation is the best thing. Moderation. Yukta ahar viharasya, yukta chestasya karmasu, yukta swapnavabodhasya, yogo bhavati dukkhaha. Arjun, if you want to be a yogi, be moderate in eating, sleeping, in everything. Otherwise, you will not meet with success. There are some people who enjoy taking food. They relish food. There was a boy who was studying in college, final year, and only 10 days were remaining for his examination. But he got an invitation from his maternal uncle. His maternal uncle was getting married. Now he cannot avoid going to maternal uncle's marriage, at least, whatever may be the thing. So he went to maternal uncle's marriage. And there was a competition of taking sweets. So he took 20 sweets. After taking 20 sweets, he started reading. And then he could not study. He could not get concentration. There was a girl who was also in final year, 2 days remaining for the examination. And his mother told, my dear daughter, from yesterday you have not taken food. Why don't you take little food? What? You don't know? My final examination is there, day before, day after tomorrow. I have yet to finish lot of course. Go out, get out. She did not take any food for 2 days. And then on the day of the examination, where is that girl? Oh, she is in the hospital. Her blood pressure got down. So neither more nor less quantity, and such food which does not excite the mind, excite the brain. But that is the food we are talking about from our mouth. But there are so many intakes we are taking. We have to be careful about that. That is intake through ears, intake through eyes. And all of you know about the 3 monkeys of Gandhiji. Bura mat dekho, don't look at evil things. Bura mat suno, don't listen to bad things. Bura mat bolo, don't speak bad things. Don't speak evil. That we know. I will tell you about some other different types of monkeys. One of our Swamijis went to Switzerland for preaching Vedanta. There by the side of a lake, he saw an image of 3 monkeys. But very strange. Out of the 3 monkeys, one monkey was having one eye closed, one open. Second monkey was having one ear closed, one open. And the third monkey, half mouth closed, half open. Then he became, what is the matter? What could be the meaning? He started thinking, and he remembered a shloka from the Vedas, and he got the meaning. Bhadram karnebhi shunuyam deva, Bhadram pashe makshavi jatraha, Siddhairangai stustuvagam sastanubihi, Vyashema deva hitayyadayuhu, Swastina indro vriddhashava, Swastina pusha vishwaveda, Swastina staksho arishtanemi, Swastino brihaspati dadhatu. Bhadram karnebhi shunuyam deva. Listen to auspicious things. One ear is open, one ear is closed. Don't listen to bad, don't listen to evil things, but listen to auspicious things. Bhadram pashe makshaviri jatra. One eye is open, look at good things. One eye is closed, don't look at bad things. In the TV, in the idiot box, don't look at bad pictures, bad programs. There are some good programs, isn't it? In the TV, yes, you can see them with one eye is open. That is reading good books, one eye open. Don't read bad books, one eye is closed. So taking good food, pure food through our sense organs, and not taking evil food, that will make our mind, not taking impure food, that will make our mind pure. Half mouth is closed, don't speak evil of others, don't speak ill of others, but have a word of appreciation. Half mouth is open. At the time of prayer, keep the mouth open. At the time of meditation, keep the mind closed. So half mouth closed, half open. So if you make good use of these sense organs, then our mind will be pure. And if our mind is pure, we will have good concentration of mind. And if you have concentration of mind, success in everything. Second thing is, why we are not able to control, why not we are able to concentrate? Because we don't have any control over mind. So many students, they say, mood nahi aata hai, padhne बैठते हैं, and the mind does not look at. The mind says, chalo yaar ghumne, let us have a for. Acha chalo. We are slaves of our mind. Mind is not our slave. That is the problem. Mind is not under our control. We are under the control of our mood and our mind. That is the unfortunate thing. So, unless until we have self-control, we have control over mind, we will not be able to dictate terms with our mind. How to control the mind? By controlling the life. How to control the life? By controlling time. So, have a fixed routine and a simple formula for getting concentrated and getting the powers of the mind. Simple formula: play while you play, study while you study, eat while you eat, sleep while you sleep. But sometimes we do the reverse. While we are in the playground, we are thinking of study, and when we are studying, we are thinking of games. And that is why we get clean bowl in both. So, we have to concentrate one thing at a time, and there should be some fixed time. So, have a fixed routine. This is the time for eating, this is the time for getting up and all that. Many young friends come to me. I ask him, what time do you get up? He says, nothing definite. Some days 7 o'clock, some day 8 o'clock. If it is Sunday, it may be 10 o'clock also. What is your time of going to bed? Nothing certain. Some day 10 o'clock, some day 11 o'clock. If there is a good picture, it may be 1 also in the TV. What is your time of study? Nothing certain. When I get mood, I study. What is the time of your food? Nothing certain. Whenever I get hungry, I take food. What is the time of your TV? Nothing certain. What is the time of going to sports? Nothing certain. Then they tell me, they ask me, Swamiji, when shall I get concentrated? I said, nothing certain. If your nothing is certain, then concentration is also nothing certain. That is also uncertain. Everything uncertain, so concentration also uncertain. If you want to make concentration certain, you have to make everything certain. That is, this is the time of getting up, this is the time of sleeping, this is the time of study, this is the time of food. You have to make. This regularity is a very, very big thing. If you want to control mind, you have to make your mind regular. Then only you will get success. It will take time. It is not an easy thing. The moment you say, I will get up at 6 o'clock, the mind says, I will not get up. Then you put an alarm, 6 o'clock. The alarm will start ringing, and you will put the alarm back and get again sleep. Many people, they do like that. Or your mind will rebel and says, I will get a headache today because you get up early morning. Then the mind will tell you, you see, better to get up late, because by getting up early, you missed whole day. At least I was working, only morning I was not working. Now whole day I am not working. So why do you get up early morning? Your mind will tell you, okay, jaise the. No, don't give in. In the beginning, the mind will rebel, but mind should be under our control. Have a willpower, but start gradually. Don't pressurize too much. Try to make your mind your friend. Atmaihi atmana bandhu, atmaiva ripuratmana, says the Bhagavad Gita. Your mind is your friend, the greatest friend, and your mind is your greatest enemy. If you can get the work done from your mind, he will become your greatest friend. And if you do not properly catch him, he will become your greatest enemy, and he will destroy you. So we have to be very careful in dealing with our mind. Gradually we have to catch hold of that mind. How? By routine, by regular practice, by having a routine. Make a practicable timetable. Don't make it too ideal. If you are studying 2 hours, okay, study 2 hours. If you are meditating 15 minutes, meditating 15 minutes. Start with the minimum, practice the easiest. That is the formula for success. Start with the minimum, practice the easiest. Don't start with big things. then we will fail, then your willpower will be going. Your willpower is very important for controlling mind, and willpower will be increased when you get success in controlling your mind, and you will get success in controlling mind only if you start with the minimum. And once you get willpower, you will get confidence. Once you get confidence, you will get willpower. So a new circuit will form. At present it is reverse circle, because you are not able to perform duty, you are losing your willpower, and because you are not having willpower, you are not having confidence. Confidence will come through willpower, and willpower will come by practicing the easiest and getting success. So self-control, I have told only a few things. Self-control will give us tremendous power and will give concentration of mind, and concentration of mind will give us success in everything. Fifth, self-sacrifice. Self-sacrifice does not mean that all of you become monks and nuns. If you want to become, most welcome. We are having shortage of monks, good monks. And Sarda Mutt, girls can go to Sarda Mutt. There is a separate organization for women, for nuns. And here in Belu Mutt, in Ramakrishna Mutt, only monks. So the girls can go to Sarda Mutt, boys can come to us, most welcome. But all need not become monks, all cannot become monks. For our country, we need good monks. At the same time, we need good enlightened citizens. We need good doctors, good engineers, good managers, good executives. We want good people in all fields. So you may not become monks, but at least become good enlightened citizens. I told yesterday how Dr. Kalam said, enlightened citizens, that only can make a nation great, can make a nation good. So self-sacrifice does not mean giving up the world, renouncing the world. Like us, we are exception. If you can give up, very good. But if you cannot renounce the whole thing, at least renounce something. What is that? Your selfishness. Self-sacrifice means sacrificing your selfishness, your selfish interest. That much at least you can. You may develop your career, doesn't matter. Have enlightened self-interest. Don't become too selfish. Don't become too selfish. I go all over the country and I ask so many youngsters, what do you want to become? I will become engineer, doctor, this, that. Then I will develop my career. Then I will get a lot of money. Then, so it's a maja hi maja hai. Then I will enjoy. What will happen to the country? देश जाए भाड़ में, मैं तो मजा करूँगा. समाज का क्या हो? समाज जाए भाड़ में, मैं तो मजा करूँगा. Then I ask, अच्छा भैया तुम्हारा देश भाड़ में जाएगा, तुम्हारा समाज भाड़ में जाएगा, तुम कहाँ जाओगे? तुम भी भाड़ में जाओगे. इतना तो सोचो. Just think about it. If your country go to dogs, where will you go? It is your country, your society. So we have to have enlightened self-interest. We forget that if our country does not develop, we also will not be able to get the fruits of our development. So let us have enlightened self-interest. Let us sacrifice at least our selfishness, gross selfishness. Let us not at least become Rakshasa, demon, Manush Rakshasa. Let us at least become ordinary human being. First try to good to yourself and then try to good to the society. At least that much you do. Don't try to harm the society or the nation for your small self-interest. That much we can do. Become ordinary human beings. If we cannot become Satpurusha, at least become ordinary human beings. Samanya Manusha. That much you can become. That is how? By sacrificing your selfish ego, sacrificing your selfishness. And if you can do little more sacrifice, well and good. Swami Vivekananda said, sacrifice in the past had been the law. It will last for ages to come. The earth's best and bravest will have to sacrifice themselves for the good of humanity. And that is why he gave a clarion call to so the youths of that time. And so many youths came forward and sacrificed their life for the sake of the nation, for independence. That was his first dream, that without liberation, no growth is possible. Liberty is the first condition of growth. And so he wanted, his first dream was, let India become independent. And the youth of that time took up the message of Swamiji and fulfilled the dream of Swami Vivekananda. That is freedom, independence. But what happened after independence? After that, we forgot the message of Swamiji and everybody started filling up their pockets. मैं, मेरी बीवी, मेरा बच्चा, मेरा मकान, देश जाए भाड़ में. Let me fill up my own pocket, let me look after my own family and forget about the nation. And then, so as on today, we have not been able to become a developed country. Why? We have not become enlightened citizens. We forgot the message of Swamiji of self-sacrifice, sacrificing ourselves for the nation, sacrificing our selfish interest for the sake of the nation. All our great patriots, the great people, the great revolutionaries, all of them derived their inspiration from the great books of Swami Vivekananda. As I told you just now, Pandit Jawaharlal said, hardly there was a young boy or girl who did not read the book of Swamiji and did not get that inspiration. Mahatma Gandhi, when he came to Belur Math, our headquarters, on 6th February 1921, then all of them said, Gandhiji, please give lecture. Swamiji said, Gandhiji said, I have not come here to give lecture. I have come here to pay my respects to the great memory of Swami Vivekananda. And then Gandhiji said, when you come to this great place, do not go empty-handed. Take some of the great inspiration from this great place and then go. And then Gandhiji said, please read the books of Swami Vivekananda. I myself have gone through the books of Swami Vivekananda, and after reading the books, the love that I had for my country became 1,000-fold. 1,000-fold. That is what Mahatma Gandhi said. There was a boy studying in 9th standard in Cuttack school. He came across a book of Swami Vivekananda. He read an inspiring message and decided, I will sacrifice my whole life for the sake of the nation, and became Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Great people, so many great revolutionaries. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Chakravarti Rajgopalacharya, Shri Aurobindo, Dr. Ramakrishna, all of them, they got inspiration from the books of Swami Vivekananda. Dr. Ramakrishna says, when we used to write our letters to our friends, we used to quote the whole letters of Swami Vivekananda, very inspiring letters. Why? We could not exchange the books of Swami Vivekananda because the CID department used to keep a very close watch who is reading books of Swami Vivekananda. Because the CID department had reported, the intelligence department had reported that whenever we go to any revolutionary for finding out the bombs, sometimes we get the bomb, sometimes we do not get the bomb. But two bombs are always there. One book of Bhagavad Gita and second book of Swami Vivekananda. So these bombs are very, very dangerous. I always carry bombs with me. And sometimes the police, they ask me, because I always carry books of Swami Vivekananda, even in the train. Anybody wanting? Yes, read the book. I have got full box of Swami Vivekananda book. So they ask me, bomb? Yes, it is bomb. And this bomb will give you new life. It will not destroy you, give a new life. It will destroy the old life, the selfish life. But it will give a new power, thought, power bomb, thought bomb. These are there. So Swami Vivekananda, small book, Thoughts of Power, like an atom bomb. Just an atom bomb, small thing, but tremendous power. One sentence can change one's life. Tremendous power. So many people's lives have been changed by single sentence. Such power is there in those books. So all the great people, they got derived their inspiration, sacrificed themselves for the sake of the nation, for the sake of humanity. Some became monks, some became nuns, some went to the forest. I had one friend who joined with me at Belur Math in 1976 in Belur Math. But later on, his mother became sick, so he had to go back to serve his mother. And our President Maharaj said, no, you must go, because charity begins at home. You want to serve mankind, first serve your ailing mother, then come. But by the time his mother passed away, already he had crossed 30 years of age. And according to our rules, after 30 years, nobody can be accepted, even if he is a postgraduate. He was a doctor, MD. So later on, he couldn't join, but he had decided that I will give up my whole life, sacrifice my whole life for the sake of humanity, service to humanity. Atmano mokshartam jagadhitaya. So he went to Birhor, Karnataka forest, and there among the tribals he started lot of work. And naturally it happens, the government officers, he was very straightforward. The other people, their selfish interest was marred, and so they unjustifiably, without any mistake on his part, put him under the bars in the prison. And thousands of tribals, they came to the prison in a procession that he is our God. How can you put him in the prison? Because he had done so much service for last 10 years. Unselfishly, he had become almost like a God. So all the thousands of tribals came, and it was a big news. And then they had to release Dr. Sudarshan. Later on, he got the Right Livelihood Award. You might have heard his name, Dr. Sudarshan. Likewise, there are many young people who have sacrificed their life, but silently they are working. He got right livelihood, he never wanted. So many people, they are working very hard. We don't bother about awards and newspaper publicity and channels and all that. We have to, Swami Vivekananda said, work silently. No newspaper humbug. Work silently. Main thing is worship of the divine in human beings. Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. That was the message of Shri Ramakrishna. So Swami Vivekananda also said, same thing. He said, you have heard the mantras. What? Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atidhi Devo Bhava. I am giving you some additional mantras. What is that? Daridra Devo Bhava, Rogi Devo Bhava. Worship the God who is present in sick people. Worship the God who is present in poor people. And he also said, I do not believe in a religion which cannot wipe the tears of a widow or cannot feed a hungry mouth. I don't believe in that religion. I don't believe in that religion which will give me heaven after death and cannot give me piece of bread in this life. No, I want practical religion. I want practical Vedanta. He was asked this question in America. You are boasting too much about your culture and spirituality. Why is it that your country is backward? Why 1000 years of slavery? Swami says, yes, that is very true. But our religion is not at fault. As long as we are practicing Vedanta in everyday life, India was on the top of the world in everything. In medicine, in sculpture, in surgery, arts, mathematics, algebra, geography, science, everything, economic development, everything. India was on the top. But the moment we stop practicing Vedanta in everyday life, the whole thing collapsed. Again, we have to put Vedanta into practice. And again, India will be on the top of the world. In everything will improve by the application of this Vedanta. But I don't want Vedanta. He said, I want practical Vedanta. Vedanta which can be practiced in everyday life. That is why he was asked, what new thing you have done? You only told about the Upanishads. You only quoted from the Upanishads. He said, yes, that is true. But we had forgotten about this message. Adi Shankaracharya came and revived those truths. He brought out these truths from the Upanishads and wrote commentaries. And he revived this Vedantic message and the message of Vedanta which we had forgotten. But he kept that knowledge of Vedanta in caves, in forests. I have been born to take this knowledge of Vedanta to the kitchens, to the marketplaces, to the laboratories, to the fields, to the industries, to AMA office. Everywhere. Everywhere Vedanta can be practiced. So the monks are now in AMA office instead of doing japam in the temple. Why? Swamiji wanted Vedanta has to be applied in everyday life. This message of Vedanta will revive the whole country, will revive the people. So he said self-sacrifice, sacrifice in the past has been the law. It will be alas for ages to come. The earth's best and bravest will have to sacrifice themselves for the good of humanity. And many people they sacrifice. Miss Margaret Noble, she was a teacher in England. At the call of Swamiji, she came, sacrificed everything. And because she dedicated herself for the sake of educating Indian women, for starting a school for educating women in India, and for helping the people who were trying to get independence. In spite of being British, she helped in the independence movement in a very big way. And that is why Rabindranath Tagore, when he heard about it, he gave the name Lokmata Nivedita. Swami Vivekananda gave her Brahmacharya Diksha, gave her the name Nivedita, the dedicated one. And Rabindranath Tagore gave the name Lokmata Nivedita. She is the mother of this country, inspiring so many youngsters. That is what Nivedita. So many people came, sacrificed their lives. But after that, after independence, we forgot the message of Swamiji. Again, now we have to take up the message of self-sacrifice. If we cannot sacrifice fully, at least whatever little we can sacrifice, then what will happen? Our total personality development. Because Swami Vivekananda said, unselfishness is the test of religion. Unselfishness will give you tremendous power, will give you peace of mind. Unselfishness will make impossible possible. Try to do little unselfish service. Convert work into worship by Karma Yoga. So self-sacrifice. So these are the 5 Panchashila for total personality development. Self-confidence, self-reliance, self-knowledge, We can easily go through it, the chart now. Take up the chart. Panchshila for total personality development: self-confidence, self-reliance, self-knowledge, self-control and self-sacrifice. Self-confidence means strength. You must have strength, physical, mental, intellectual and spiritual. All types of strength we must have. Then we should have courage. Be courageous, Swamiji said. And be fearless, as I told you. How to develop self-confidence? Develop PMA, positive mental attitude. Self-reliance. How it will come? By hard work. Lazy people cannot have self-reliance. Then hope. We must be hopeful. Then the power of organization is a must. Then only we will be able to rely on yourself. And law of karma, you must remember. As you sow, so you reap. And that is why you are the creator of your own destiny. Law of karma states, as you sow, so you reap. Self-knowledge. Self-knowledge means knowledge about the body, about your mind, about your intellect. All these have got tremendous power which you have forgotten. And most importantly, self-knowledge means knowledge of the self, knowledge of the Atman, which is having infinite potential and infinite power within itself. Atmana vindate viryam. Self-control will come, as I told you, concentration will come, is very important, and that will come through purity of mind. Purity of mind will also give you self-control. Now this purity can be done, can be obtained by taking good intake and by following the rules of Yama and Niyama. I told you about Yama and Niyama while discussing about Raj Yoga. Yama means truthfulness, that is Satya, non-violence, Ahimsa, continence, Brahmacharya, non-stealing, Asteya, non-acceptance, Aparigraha. Niyama, austerity, Tap, contentment, that is Santosh, purity, Shauch, study, Swadhyay, devotion, that is Ishwar Pranidhan. Self-sacrifice, I told you, unselfishness is the test of religion. Then Swamiji talked about service. The national ideals of India are renunciation and service. Intensify on these two channels and the rest will take care of itself. Swamiji often told about this thing. This sentence he told many times. Renunciation and service, these are the two ideals which are for the national development a must. Intensify on these two channels and the rest will take care of itself. Patriotism, Swamiji said, he gave a clarion call to all the people at the time of patriotism. He gave the definition of patriotism, loving the country. Miss MacLeod was an American devotee, an admirer of Swami Vivekananda. She used to say, I am the friend of Swamiji, not disciple. Elderly lady, very aristocratic. So, and she really helped Ramakrishna mission in a big way because she had a lot of contacts in America. Once Miss MacLeod asked Swamiji, Swamiji, how can I serve you? Swamiji said, love India. Love India. Swamiji did not say that you bring some food for me or some cloth for me. Love India. That is the greatest service you will be doing to me. Love India. So Swamiji's message was to the youngsters of those times, love India. Why love India? Because India is a spiritual land. India is a Punya Bhumi. When he was asked, Swamiji was asked, you are a monk and you are talking about patriotism. For you all the countries are same. Yes, he said, that is very true. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. I believe in whole world is my family. I do not belong to any country. What is India to me? I belong as much to America as to India. I belong to everybody. And he also told, I have a message to the West as Buddha had a message to the East. My message is for the West. My message is for the whole world. I am for the whole world. But why I love India is that India is a Punya Bhumi. India is a land of spirituality. It is the spiritual culture of India which will save the whole world from self-destruction. That is why if India dies, the whole world will die. If India survives, the whole world will survive. And that is why we must survive Indian culture and India. And that is why India must conquer the whole world by spiritual power in order to save the world. That is why he is often told about loving India. He himself used to love India so much. He wept so many times for his motherland. So many times he used to think about serving the people and about the patriotism, about the love for the country, so many times. So he also told the editor of Hitwadi once had gone there to Belur Math, and there are a lot of talks about the problems of that time. There was a food shortage in the country, so all the problems revolved around that, how to solve the problems of food shortage in the country. and they were coming out, and this editor of Hitwadi, that is Ganesh Shakharam Deoskar, that was his name, he told Swamiji, I am so sorry, we have come to meet a saint. Instead of talking about God, all the while we wasted your time and we talked about all these sorts of irreligious things. Then Swamiji said, as long as even a single dog in my country is without food, my whole of religion is to feed it. I don't believe in a religion which cannot wipe the tears of a widow or cannot feed a hungry mouth. I don't believe in that religion. So Swamiji had that great love for the country. Why? Not because he was one-sided, but he knew that this is the land of holy, it is a holy land full of spirituality. When Swami Vivekananda came back from his western country, from the tour of western countries in 1897, somebody just asked, Swamiji, how would you feel now that you have seen the grand culture of western countries and the grandeur and the richness and the so many luxuries you have seen in the western countries? How do you feel about India? Immediately Swamiji replied, India I loved before I went to western countries, but now the very land is holy to me, the very dust is holy to me, it is a punya bhumi, it is a land of pilgrimage for me. I did not know the importance of this land till I went out. Now I can understand the very dust of India is holy to me. That was the love for the country of Mother and for Swamiji, and that love penetrated into the patriots of those times, and that brought about the independence. But he said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. He did not say arise, awake, and then go to sleep. He said, arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. And goal was not independence of India. What was the goal? He said, India shall conquer the whole world by its spiritual power. That goal is still to be obtained. Still slowly it is coming. India is coming. India is rising in various fields, but still 25% below poverty line. Still 35% illiterates in our country. We have to see. Lot of things to be done. We have marched ahead. But Swamiji's dream has to be fulfilled. Self-sacrifice. Whatever small sacrifice we can do, at least wherever we are situated, located, whatever work we are doing, let us not be stark selfish. Let us have a little sacrifice of our ego. Let us take little self-sacrifice of our selfish interest. Maybe little. Let us have enlightened self-interest. And if you can sacrifice, very good. If not, at least sacrifice the ego. At least sacrifice the selfishness. That is what Swamiji wanted. That will, then when that comes, what happens? Not only the nation will develop, not only the whole world gets spiritual power, not only the whole world will survive, but most importantly, your total personality development. For your own individual happiness and peace, you make an experiment. Make an experiment today. Do one small act of unselfish service. You should be purely unselfish, no return. Maybe some blind man is trying to cross the road and you make him cross the road. Immediately you feel so much of peace of mind. Tremendous happiness will come to you. You can experiment this. Any unselfish service immediately brings peace of mind. When Swamiji came back from America in 1897, one young man in Calcutta went to him, Swamiji, I am not having peace of mind. I have gone to various gurus and I am practicing various things, but I am not getting peace of mind. Then Swamiji asked, what are you doing at present to get peace of mind? He said, I am doing what the latest guru is telling, because many people have got the habit of changing gurus. So there is a fashion, changing gurus, changing cars. So he said, what is my latest guru telling? Like that I do. What is that? As per my instruction, my guru, I close the doors and windows of my room and close my eyes and try to vacate my mind, vacate all the thoughts from my mind. Like that I am trying for a few days. I am not getting peace of mind. Then Swami said, my dear boy, if you would listen to me, first open the doors and windows of your room. And open your eyes and see in the neighborhood who is hungry, give him food. See in the neighborhood who is sick, give him medicine. See in the neighborhood who is suffering, remove his suffering. Immediately you will get peace of mind. Try this method. By serving others, immediately you will get peace of mind. Meditation may or may not work because mind will wander here and there. Prayer may or may not be answered because you don't have faith. Half forward, half backward, and you are clean bowled. We don't have full faith in Lord, and so that is why our prayers are not answered. But unselfish service immediately result. You will get peace of mind. So these are the Panchshila. about which we have talked. So, unselfish service, unselfishness, service, patriotism, love. Love not only for the country, love everybody. तुझसे हमने दिल को लगाया, जो कुछ है सो तू ही है, एक तुझको अपना पाया, जो कुछ है सो तू. Everybody, inside every human being is the same divine. Try to love all. Try to spread your wings. Try to spread your love. Try to serve others. Try to serve your... Charity begins at home, but charity should not stop there. It should stop there. Love your parents. Serve your parents. Serve your family members. Serve the neighbors. Serve the countrymen. Expand. Expansion is life. Contraction is death. Strength is life. Weakness is death. So this is Swamiji's. These are all very important slogans we have to remember. So Swamiji says, purity, patience and perseverance, these are three essential to success, and above all, love. Purity, patience and perseverance, these are three essentials to success, and above all, love. And then Swamiji said, I have preached only Vedanta. I have preached love and love alone that I have preached. It is love and love alone that I have been preaching, because, and I base all my teachings on the great Vedantic truth of omnipotence of the power of love of God. I believe in the power of love of God. So I have preached only love and love alone, and I base all my teachings on the great Vedantic truth of oneness of the whole universe. The whole universe is one. So let us love all. So that self-sacrifice, self-control, and below you will get the chart of how to develop concentration of mind. Physical factors, environment, health, exercise, atmosphere, ventilation, cleanliness, sitting arrangement, orderliness, regular food and sleep. These are physical factors which will give rise to concentration. I think you can understand. Sitting arrangement is necessary, orderliness is necessary, regular food and sleep, already I told you, you must be regular. Then intellectual, methods of teaching, notes, graphs, charts, audiovisual aids, good books, novelty of subject matter, that gives you intellectual. These are the actual intellectual factors will give you concentration. Mental, purity of mind, already I told you, mental food, yama I told you, niyama also I have told you, regularity is very important I have told you, non-attachment. Attachment brings misery, attachment gives rise to when you are not able to detach your mind, then you lose your concentration. So for concentration, non-attachment is a must. Then spiritual factors, self-confidence, self-control, then meditation. Every day you must meditate for at least 5 minutes morning and evening if you really want to have concentration. Swami Vivekananda got so much of concentration. How? He was adept in meditation. Right from the childhood, when he was a small boy, his name was Bileshwar. Why? Because his mother prayed to Vireshwar Shiva in Banaras. That is why a child was born. So they gave him the name Vireshwar. And they used to call, pet name was Bile. Bile, small child, was playing game. What game? Meditation game. And all the children were playing. Suddenly a serpent came and all the children fled away. But Bile was fully engrossed in meditation. And the family members became very much scared. Afterwards the serpent left. Then they said, you didn't feel any fear? I didn't know. Fully engrossed in meditation right from childhood. And he was always, anytime he used to go into samadhi, anytime he used to go for meditation. He was adept in meditation. Among so many activities, he was a great worker. But among all the work, he used to have deep meditation. When he went to America, sometimes he would be traveling by tram alone. And the conductor will ask, where do you want to go? Because the tram has reached the last destination. He said, I wanted to get down there. Now again come back. Same tram. Fully lost in meditation. On 4 July 1902, he passed away. At 7 p.m., he called his disciple, and this was his last sentence. Meditate till I call on you. And he started meditation, and on the wings of meditation, he left his body. But he told, it may be that I shall find it good to get outside of the body, to cast it off like a disused garment, but I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know that it is one with God. Swamiji is still existing. Many people believe he is still in fine form. He has not left his body, because so many times he said, "It may I be born again and again and suffer thousands of miseries, so that I may worship the only God that exists, the only God that I believe in, the sum total of all souls. Above all, my God the wicked, my God the miserable, my God the poor of all races, of all species, is the special object of my worship." So Swami Vivekananda is still alive. He is still alive in a fine form. He said, "It may be that I shall find it good to get outside of this body, to cast itself like a disused garment. I shall not cease to work. I shall inspire men everywhere until the world shall know it is one with God." And he is inspiring. Even today, many people, they get inspiration from the books of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda is still hidden in his book. That is why you get that electric shock. From other books, you don't get electric shock. Here, Swamiji is alive. The live wire. You feel that presence. That power comes. Why? Because Swamiji wanted, unless and until there is, as long as there is a single soul on this earth who has not realized the divinity, I'll not stop working. I'll go on working, working, working. So his spirit is with us. When I am gone, my spirit will be with you. Swamiji told, work, 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 work unto death. And when I am gone, my spirit will work with you. That is the power of Swamiji. So Vivekananda is still alive. He still lives after 100 years. He's a living force. He left his body, but he has not left his spirit. That spirit is working for the good of humanity. Gradually, so many people are getting inspired. So many people's lives are getting transformed. So many have given up their whole life. But they are doing silently. They are working silently in remote corners, in forests. Some have married, some have remained unmarried. Some have become monks, some have become householders. But they are all in different parts of the world, doing good to humanity as per the instructions of Swamiji. They have sacrificed everything. But silently they are working. Thousands of them. So, Swamiji's spirit is there. We are very fortunate that Swamiji's spirit is there. He is with us. That is a great fortunate thing. So, if we can develop our total personality, physical, mental, intellectual, moral and spiritual, with this Panchashila, what will happen? Total character development. We will get happiness, we will get peace, eternal happiness, eternal peace, everlasting happiness, everlasting peace, success, short term, long term, everlasting success. All these we will get, and we will be a blessing to mankind and blessing to our country, and our country will get developed, and the dream of Swamiji will be fulfilled. That is, everywhere, all over the world, a spiritual culture comes up, and all the people all over the world become happy and peaceful. That is what we want. What we want is nothing. We don't want name and fame and publicity, nothing. What we want is only one thing. Let all be happy. Let all be healthy. Let none become miserable. Let everybody attain to good. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kashid dukham apnuyat. That is our prayer. So, today we end with this prayer, and there are some beautiful questions had come, but I think it is time. So tomorrow we will take up this question.